Hey, so Webflow has just announced their latest MCP version. And actually, today is the very first time that I'm even trying the Webflow MCP because last year, when version 1 came out, I think I was just too caught up in my work, or I didn't really bother at the time. I don't even remember. And then I heard some noise from people that it wasn't really that good, and mainly only for like some CMS updates and metadata, like stuff you want to do in bulk. To be fair, which is really handy if you can ask the MCP to do it because those can be some really annoying tasks. But it seems like with the latest MCP version, because I watched the Webflow announcement video on YouTube, it's actually quite capable of doing a lot more. So in today's video, it's going to be a short one. It's going to be a very basic one. So don't expect now me to pull up all the MCP magic and craziest workflows you can think of. I just want to have my very first impression, since today is the actual first time I'm even trying the MCP. So I have an empty Webflow project, and I'm going to just build one section with it and just see how it comes out of the box. So basically testing the baseline, I guess, of how good this MCP is. So there is no custom skills, rules, or hidden instructions embedded into it yet to fit my workflow. I just downloaded the MCP. I've got the Figma MCP. I have an empty Webflow project, and I'm just going to ask it to make something for me and just see how that comes out. So I guess let's dive into this. Okay, so I have an empty Webflow project in the background. I have a fresh Cloud Chat, and in Figma over here, I've got a design that I copied from the Osmo library, and I'm going to use this actual footer element over here that I want to have built in Webflow as the test. I'm not going to give it the full page yet and work on two sections at the same time. I want it to work focused. So I'm going to click copy link to section. And then in Cloud, I already have the Figma MCP connected and the Webflow MCP connected. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to give it the link, and then I'm going to dictate my prompt. So in my Webflow workspace, I have a project called MCP YouTube Test, and I want you to make inside a custom section from the Figma design that I just gave you. It's a footer, so you need to make a footer section, and just please make it, I guess, one-on-one as you can find it in Figma. That was really not an amazing prompt, but we'll see what it does. All right, that took about 4 minutes, I want to say, 3 to 4 minutes. I wonder how much faster or how much better and worse it would be if I would change the effort, because currently I'm just running Opus 4.8 on effort high. Since I felt like on max it might take a little too long, and I feel like on lower medium it might be a bit more sloppy, but you know, it's worth testing. Obviously not using Fable, because I think with the MCP, it doesn't require like the crazy complex model. It's given me a whole bunch of things, and obviously the one that's missing is the Osmo Supply wordmark. It needs a live designer session, and the MCP app isn't opened. I think we need the bridge app for that. We can actually just try that and open up this link. Let's see how well it does. It's funny that it asks for a live session, even though I already had one. Now it needs to connect. Let's actually ask it now. I connected to that link. I think it's going to make the SVG logo with the bridge app. Yeah, it's calling the ESO tool. There we go. This is quite cool. And once that's in, we'll have a look at all of the layer names and how it's sized everything. There we go. It's building the element. Okay, it says it's done. The wordmark is in. It uploaded it as an SVG, and it's prompting me that the custom font that I was using in Figma isn't present in this Webflow project, because this Webflow project was just like completely empty. I do notice that the image is in a very wrong aspect ratio compared to what it is over here. So I'm going to have a look how that's happening. I think it just needs a image fit of cover. Nope, probably has a fixed. I just uploaded a very weird stretched image. That is weird. Okay. Because it doesn't have an explicit size on the logo anywhere. Neither does it on the logo wrap. There is no like crazy aspect ratio or anything. So I guess it just uploaded a really strange, 300 by 150 image right over here. But this obviously isn't 300 by 150. It's way wider than it is in terms of ratio. Anyways, Overall, I'm seeing a footer div over here. I'd actually give it the HTML footer tag, so that's nice. And then it's given a footer row and a footer bottom. And in the footer row, there is a footer column elements with footer label, and then there's a list with footer links. So this isn't too bad, actually. Ideally, I would have liked it to use like an unordered list with list items, and then inside the list items put the links, instead of just using A tags directly in these div blocks. This isn't too bad. I feel like the naming is actually quite clean. I haven't trained it on anything, so it just comes out of the box like this. Like personally, I use a little bit of a naming system, but then again, I could make a custom skill, and then over here in the Webflow instructions tab, we could make some custom rules and skills that we can input into this. Like obviously, you could put in like brand voice if you're gonna ask it to help copywriting or maybe making like blog posts and stuff. But you can write blank skills for basically anything. On this link that I'm going to put in the video description, by the way, the MCP Starter Kit page by Webflow itself, there is a whole bunch of nice tools as well. So there is quick start guides for connecting to cloud. You can actually connect it to Slack and chat with your Webflow website in a Slack workspace. ChatGPT and Cursor, of course. And then there's a bunch of tips over here on like creating your first skill. And then they have right down here, I believe, in the skills tab. Yeah, they have already given a bunch of markdown files. For example, one that it says CMS collection setup, which is a markdown file that you could add, probably giving the MCP proper instructions on how to actually set up the CMS. And I guess since these are vetted by Webflow themselves, they're going to be good to trust. So that'd be interesting. Another thing that I noticed is that it has given everything fixed pixel sizes. To be expected, since I told it to take the Figma design one-to-one into Webflow. Personally, I never size anything with pixel. I use the Osmo scaling system. It's actually in Osmo, if I'm going to look for the Osmo scaling system, I have a YouTube video on this as well. It is a bit of a different system where in the end, everything on your website is going to be sized with EMs, meaning that if the website is going to be resized, it perfectly is going to stay in that aspect ratio. It's not fully accessible though. So if the user actually changes their browser font size specifically, with that system of ours, it is going to prioritize design over the accessibility aspect of that. So do keep that in mind. But I do think the calculation could be adjusted to take into account the user's font size. So I could actually probably ask the MCP to do that. And also, I guess it's not responsive yet. Okay. So it does need a bit of hand holding, like it just specifically executed the one task I told it to. But it isn't too bad actually. I mean, it has done everything very pixel perfect, like this 46 pixel gap between the label and the list probably matches, yeah, the exact 46 pixel gap over here in Figma between all of these items. Now I think in Figma the section was set to auto, to just with space between. And right over here, we can actually see that the footer has a minimum height of 100 SVH. So it hasn't given it a fixed height, but a minimum height. That's a good thing. And then indeed also with the space between on the y-axis. So it has some good parts to it. I do feel like with the proper instructions and the proper custom skills to match your workflow, to match like your naming system, probably using, obviously, once you have on your project, you have your variables, variables, and using components if you have them. Since again, this was a completely empty project, right? I have nothing else in this except this empty homepage. I think this could be quite nice. Now, is this how I would prefer to make my websites? No, since I still enjoy making them from scratch on my own. I like to be pixel perfect. Now, this was technically pixel perfect, but not in my way, I would say. But that is also specifically because the type of websites I tend to make have a ton of animations going on and crazy interactions, and therefore sometimes the HTML needs to serve a certain purpose. It needs to be set up in a way so that it is prepared to be able to animate. And I wonder how much I could train an AI, since all of that typically happens in my head. And I do know how I need to set up my certain project to achieve certain animation results. I do not have a fixed example right now. So I realize this might sound a bit vague, but maybe I just also still enjoy making websites by hand, and I would rather use this MCP then for its CMS capabilities. And I saw that If you connect it to Webflow Optimize or Analyze, basically the thing that gives you analytics, you could ask questions about your website and how it's performing. So I feel like if you use those tools by Webflow, which I also don't, but if you would, I feel like it can be really useful for teams to get insights into their Webflow website a bit easier. And again, for CMS updates, I do feel like doing some of the bulk stuff that I've had to do by hand in the past. This could be really, really something nice. So pleasantly surprised, and definitely due for more testing and maybe making some custom skills and rules and then coming back with a new video. I do feel like I could make this work into something maybe I could see fitting into my workflow. But I'd be curious to see how you guys use the MCP. So if you have, specific tasks or experiments that you've already run yourself, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to know. Maybe there is some good inspiration for me for a next video for my own workflow. But yeah, for now, hope to see you in the next video and wishing you guys a wonderful day. Cheers.